Today, on my journey with Slovakia Travel, Visit Slovakia, on my series called Slovakia Untold, I'm at Pállfy Manor. I think it's called Kastiel Pállfy in Slovak, but we know that there are so many different words for castle in Slovak. There's hrad, there's Kastiel, there's chateau, as they say in French. And I'm standing next to these two curious people over here. I'm in perfect position, pole position, regal splendor. We're gonna enjoy the beauty of the castle today, or the chateau. We're gonna see what's cooking in the kitchen. Teatri are doing a special series on Slovak cuisine, haute cuisine, perhaps even Michelin star cuisine. And we're gonna wander around today, not just Kastiel Pállfy, but we're also Svätý Jur. It's very difficult for me to say. But first of all, I want you to follow me because we're going to go up some majestic staircases and have a look around. I haven't been blessed with good weather today. It's a little bit cold for my liking, but it's not raining anymore. So first, you follow me up the staircase, if I can open the door. Are you with me? Can you keep up? I can't open the door. So we managed to get the door open. That was a little bit of a hurdle. We've got through that, and now we're going to have a look at what I think is one of the nicest staircases you can find. Now obviously this is open to the public, perhaps not today. Take a look at that chandelier, very fancy. This is the kind of place that is perfect for the Slovak ambassador. And now I shall walk up this staircase, and as you can see, a lot of money has gone into restoring this hotel, this manor. It's famous for its gastronomy, great restaurants, and you can tell the attention to detail is unparalleled. And this is one of the main reception rooms here. As you can see, lots of activity, lots of buzz, because there's a live cooking segment going on now. So a quick sneak peek behind the scenes, quietly. I managed to bully Lucia, who is the manager of Arte Restaurant here at Pállfy Manor, to give us a little bit of insight, maybe into the food, into the decor, maybe a little bit of the history of Pállfy Manor. Lucia, thank you very much for agreeing to talk to me.
Absolute pleasure.
I'm going to give you the microphone. That's just for you. Just
I love microphones very much.
I know you said that you really enjoy doing interviews, so we'll keep that close to your mouth.
Okay, okay.
So tell me a little bit about Pállfy Manor.
So the Pállfy Manor house wasn't always looking this way. We are, fantastic. Yeah, now it's under the reconstructions. I mean, everything happened a couple of years ago when our boss took over it and did all those beautiful reconstructions, opened the two lovely restaurants over here.
No, I was going to ask you a naughty question, and I know that people in Slovakia love talking about peniaze.
Peniaze, yeah.
So how much money went into the reconstruction, redevelopment? You don't know?
Oh my God, I can't tell. I really cannot
millions,
tell.
I would imagine.
Probably.
Probably millions, but she's not going to.
That's yeah.
She's not going to.
Even if I know the price, I'll probably won't be able to guess. Yeah.
So we're here today. Teatri is shooting a food segment with Slovakia Travel, and I'm in the margins. And I see that the chef has prepared a wonderful feast, and there's high-level gastronomy. There's a hope for a Michelin star.
Well, hopefully it's going to be another maybe 2 years, they said, and when the Michelin will arrive to Slovakia as well, and we'll try to do the best to be one of the restaurants.
But it's not. It's not just fine dining. It's not just haute cuisine. You have different types of restaurants at Pállfy, don't you? A little bit more about the restaurants there.
Sure. So this is the Arte Restaurants. We just had a 1-year anniversary. So we opened the last year in October.
Thanks for the invite.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even invited. It was we were really busy. It was during the time when the Michelin chef was here. So we kind of had a lot of things to prepare all the setups for our guests. But yeah, we have one more restaurant down below. It calls Palatine Tavern. It's more about the Austro-Hungarian fusion, I would say. So it's more leisure. Like if you come in here with a bike and you want to just sit outside, just grab the coffee.
Nice.
Yeah, you can do that.
Anyone can afford that.
Exactly.
I know that Svätý Jur and the Mali Karpaty are famous for their wines.
That is true.
So
that's correct.
And perhaps people outside of Slovakia don't know that there are amazing wines and amazing vineyards here. Wine here is good?
It's amazing. It's one of the best. Especially my favorite that I always offer to our guests as a welcome drink here in this beautiful saloon. It calls Blanc de Blanc.
Blanc de Blanc, yeah.
Yeah. It's prepared, or actually made by the champagne method. But we're in Slovakia. We cannot call it champagne, of course. But it's really delicious. It's from the Pinot Gris and Pinot Blanc, made in our historical cellars down below.
It's a shame we don't have a bottle here to show you.
Yeah, I mean, if you told me earlier, well, I would even bring it, but maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
After this, we can maybe have a glass.
You realize you didn't need to be nervous.
Well, yeah, it would probably help me a bit.
Okay, we say Dutch courage. I don't know why they call it Dutch courage, but it's called Dutch courage. I know I wasn't going to bully you into asking any questions about.
Are you sure about that?
History. There's two figures outside. Who are they?
So that's Katarina Pállfy and her husband. Yeah, it's actually something new that we have here in the Pállfy Manor. Yeah. It's been here just for like a few months. It was like a grand opening. Yeah, so that's like the part of the history, so everybody knows like who this manor belongs to. Because I would say they're still here with us.
So they're here in spirit.
They are actually.
We see the food coming out of the kitchen now. We're very fortunate that we get a chance to taste this. And fine dining is something perhaps that's not associated with Slovakia. Let's be honest. There are a couple of great restaurants. One in the Tatras. There's Ek, that's famous in
Bratislava.
In Bratislava, and I do a feature called Slow Cooked where people talk about the great restaurants. But maybe Slovakia is not famous worldwide for its cuisine. And if anyone has eaten Loksha, they're missing out because it's the greatest thing. We have the chef there, he's creating some gastronomical, almost fusion type foods. What would it mean for Slovakia and Pállfy Manor to have a Michelin star here?
I think that's going to be something new that nobody can. Exactly. Because I don't think anybody expects something big like this here in Slovakia. And I think they'll bring so many tourists from all around the world.
Okay, cool. So
to this country, yeah.
It will bring tourism, and that's the good. Gastronomic tourism is something that Slovakia perhaps is missing, and this might change that. So, two last questions. What is on the menu that the chef is preparing generally that you think is just insane? One thing.
Oh my God, there is a lot of stuff that I would say.
But if you had like this is my last gun at my head, my last meal in Pállfy, what would it be?
So if we start with the amuse bushes that we actually serve here in the lobby, I would say the tacos.
Yeah, the Tatarak taco.
Yeah, the tarted tacos. They're just amazing.
By the way, Tatarak is Slovak for tartar.
Exactly, Tatarak from yelling. Deer tartar. Yes.
It's deer. That means it's expensive.
Yeah. Oh, of course it's expensive. Like whole our menu and all the work they putting in. Yeah, but from the main courses, or actually from the degustation menu that we have when the guests moving into the restaurant, I would say everybody loved our main dish, which our boys from Czechia calls karabaček. Karabaček. It's actually from the beef, and it comes with the king oyster mushroom, foie gras. Foie gras is actually covered with a piece of like a thin slice of lard, and on the top it's very healthy. But you will be surprised. You don't even need like any steak knife, nothing like that, because it just melts in your mouth. So that's one of the favorite things for all our guests.
And then my last question, I guess, is the most important question. Once you get the Michelin star,
yeah, hopefully we'll do.
will I get my invite?
Absolutely. You're gonna be the first, but I have to be prepared for you this time.
Don't worry, there will be no interviews then. It will just be food and wine.
Well, but now I'm already practicing, so why not?
We can do a follow-up.
Yeah.
Lucia, thank you so much for
Absolute
joining
pleasure.
us today on Slovakia Untold. Visit Slovakia in Pállfy Manor. You see, you had nothing to be nervous about.
Well, which you know. Thank you so much.
Shaking.
Yeah. I'm shaking.
You did great. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So the fruits of our labour means that we get to taste the wonderful cuisine. This is Michelin-style cuisine here at Pállfy. Yum. Wow, that's so good. Yummy. Amazing. I mentioned earlier that we are at the Pállfy Manor, and wine is a very big part of the offering here. And as you can see, there's this lovely shaped wine shop or wine cave or wine cellar. I'm joined by Robert. Hopefully he's not too cold. Robert, tell us about the champagne.
We make the sekt with method classic, but in the Slovak we can call just sekt. I show you in the sekt cellar how we make it.
Brilliant. And you mentioned before that you would love to see wine put Slovakia on the map. Small country with great wine, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And you also make beer.
Yeah, we make the craft beer. For this moment we got 6 kind of the beers.
And we'll go inside and have a look at the wines. Okay, so now we're going behind the scenes in the cellar. Maybe we could... that's for another day. I'm not allowed to drink and work on the job at the same time.
This is one historical artifact. This is something like old fridge.
That was from the 16th century. This was the fridge.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And how many liters of wine are produced here every year?
We make 150,000 bottles.
And which is your favorite?
My favorite is, of course, Riesling, and from the red grapes variety Pinot Noir.
Where can we find this wine outside of Slovakia?
Yeah, maybe 90% is
in
Slovakia, but you can find it in Belgium, example, in Vinotek.
So let's hope that Svätý Jur and Pállfy will be able to put Slovak food, gastronomy and wine on the map. So as I always say, Slovakia is not just a good idea, it's a great idea. So we're in the main square in Svätý Jur. Recently been in Pállfy Manor, Castiel Pállfy, but it's always nice when I'm on my voyage with Slovakia Travel to take a walk around the local town, and every town square, you can be sure, has a beautiful historical monument. I'm not sure what that means. Also, a church of some significance. Again, we haven't been blessed with amazing weather, and I'm not entirely sure that if I was to ask anyone for an interview on the street, they'd be willing to speak. However, I'm very happy that we're not so far from Bratislava. We're about 45 minutes away from Bratislava in small Carpathians, Mali Karpaty, as it's called, which is a mountain range in Central Europe of some considerable notion. So what is Svätý Jur famous for? It's famous for its winemaking. It's famous for Castiel Pállfy. It's famous for being very close to Bratislava. And today it's famous for being just a little bit cold.
Slovakia Untold is brought to you by Zulf Mayat Khan.